Welcome to the Playback Podcast presented by Car, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We are your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristyn, and Olivia. And today we've got a jam-packed episode for you guys, so let's get into it.
Get excited.
Where were you?
I was at Car Chicago.
Chicago women. No,
yeah. Where were you?
I was in Purchase, New York. It said Hartford, but we were about 2 hours from Hartford. So it's actually Purchase. They corrected us. New York. It was fun. Super fun.
Love it. Did you have pizza and pasta?
We did have pizza. It was really good, actually.
Yum.
Really yummy.
Pretty jealous. Okay, I would love to start, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Act 172, Kintsugi from Expression Dance Studio. I just have to say, this performance came out. I was really excited about it. And then I was looking forward in the schedule, like, okay, like, are we bringing more? They only brought that one routine.
Whoa.
And they took it all home. IDA, first overall. They got an Elite Ultimate performance. Like, they killed it. It was giving collegiate hip hop.
It was giving one and done.
It was giving one and done. Like, they have been rehearsing for this moment their entire season, and I was obsessed. Like, they came out, and I was like, okay, sick costume. I'm into it. And then they just hit every style, every groove, every moment of hip-hop history, and I was just like, hello? Who are you, and where did you come from? And actually got to talk to the teacher afterwards, and he was really fired up about their IDA nomination and all of that, and I was like, listen, this is how it works. So, like, really excited to see how far you guys go, because it was great. I was literally holding onto the table like, yes, this is what I want. It was wonderful.
The best.
Yeah, your MC sent that to me too.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thanks, Callie.
Okay, I am going to talk about a performance from Rainbow, Ontario. Actually, Ansel, our producer, videographer, is the one that sent this to me. He said you have to talk about her. This is 141, The Chain. This dancer's name is Zoe from JDI Dance Company. Super mature piece for this little one. She has like the super cute like fashion bangs, and I feel like it was a darker piece, and so her eyes were like peeking through her bangs, and I was just like, oh, it's just an added little to her performance. I feel like her control was so good. She's one of those little ones, so definitely room to grow, but I feel like her attack was so on point. Like, you could tell she was squeezing every fingertip. You could tell she was squeezing every muscle in her stomach during those tricks. Yeah, I just loved it, and I thought it was such a mature piece for this young dancer. So congratulations, Zoe. Amazing job for your performance, The Chain.
Wow. All right. I have a soloist that I just have to talk about. I haven't stopped talking about him since I saw him step on that stage. His name is Jack Schofield. Act 244, Bird Girl. Flawless. Technique is, his legs are literally longer than life. Feet perfectly pointed. He came out and did this beautiful solo, and then he did another solo that was like so different. But this one, it's a kind of song that it's like you just know they're going to be so good. Like, they got that solo down to a T. Sofia Lucia choreographed it, which I was like, wow, just stunning, iconic, so good. I literally have not stopped talking about it. I posted it on the social media for Ultra. There's a moment where he's literally doing perfect pencil turns and then lays out with this leg and then breaks the leg, and I was like, oh, this is just so good. My power performance of the weekend, you know. That's just how I had to start with him, because he was stunning in every single routine that he did. I was like, you are so good. Love you, Jack.
Elite Academy.
Crazy.
Elite Academy.
I have to get to that show this year. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to figure it out.
I'll be seeing you soon. Can't wait. Okay, the next performance I want to talk about from Car Chicago was just, this boy was a star. He came in, signed up for Tidal. His mom signed him up, and I saw him, and I was like, okay, I like you already. And then I didn't actually get to see his solo. I saw his duet, and I was like, I love what he's doing. Like, the energy, like, you can tell he loves everything that he does. From the moment he walked into the building that morning, I was like, he loves dance. Like, truly everything about him loves this art. He had Act 178 Run It, and I watched his solo, and I was like, you're joking. I was like, this kid loves to dance. And I just, like, if he is the epitome of joy and happiness within dance, that is him. His name's Noah. I just said that his duet had me smiling the entire time, and he really just brought life to the stage. And I just like wanted to be friends with him forever. I don't know, like something about like his performance and his presence just brought me like a smile on my face the entire time.
Love that.
I liked it.
We love joy. We love happiness.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is from Carr, Long Island. This is 388 Ain't Got You from the Pulse Performing Arts Studio. This dancer's name is Emerson. You guys, she got first overall for a tap solo.
We love tap.
So we love to see the tap dancers performing and owning the stage and getting those first overalls. First of all, she came out with these red shoes, and I feel like it was just the perfect indicator. Like, her feet were on fire the entire time. You know it's a good tap routine when I'm watching it, and I'm like, bounce, 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 and I'm watching every little thing. I also loved, there was like so many beautiful moments within it. So like she would be going so hard with the tap, and then she would do like this beautiful turn, some beautiful port-de-bras arms as if it was like this gorgeous contemporary, and then just go right back into it with the tap.
Wow.
And I just feel like it helped break up the performance so much. And it just showed like a different element and a different style to her. I really, really enjoyed it. Her transitions were so smooth. And you guys, no tap mics. So if you go and watch that video, her taps are loud. Like you can tell she is crispy, digging into that floor. It was just such a great performance. And the director, Megan Swan, even said, not just on the stage, but off the stage, she was incredible. Every award, she was even more and more excited to cheer her teammates and their successes. So it was just cool to see one of the big kids, because, you know, it's very common for the big kids to be like too cool for school. And I guess Emerson was just the light of the life, like the light of the party, just hyping everyone up, being that senior elite dancer that we love to see. So just congratulations, Emerson. I guess you had a couple different solos, absolutely killed them, but tap has our hearts this season. So we had to talk about the tap. But congratulations, Emerson. Amazing job.
Cool. The groups in New York were so crazy, so cool. All the concepts were like so fun and different, and props just so good. I have to talk about Act 172, My Mind, which is it's from Triple Threat Dance Academy. That song though, it's one of those songs that gets me every single time. It's just so good. It like really tugs on your heartstrings. But they came out with this prop that was like a box, but it was made out of metal rods, so it was like a hollow box, and it was huge. Like, the prop dads really were on it. They got it on the stage real quick. They set it up, and there was this moment in the routine where one of the dancers is in a full extension, like penché, holding on, and as it's rotating around, and I was like, I would be terrified, but trusting your teammates, you're holding on, and it's so cool. You guys have to see the video of it. It was beautiful. They're wearing stunning red dresses. Just so good. So good. And then it got a power performance, of course. Loved it. I love that one. I want to see it again. It was so good.
Okay, on the topic of tap, Triple Threat Performing Arts was at Rainbow Santa Clara, and I look forward to their tap performances. I still love their tap performance from, like, what was it, like 3-4 years ago? Mm-hmm. The black and white.
Yes.
If you guys have watched Playback for the last 4 or 5 years, you know the performance that I'm talking about. I will still talk about it until the day that I die. Like, it was literally my favorite tap performance. They outdo themselves every single year. I personally wasn't there, but I was looking through the results, and I was like, yes. Act 650, American Pie. I literally wrote Triple Threat Tap never misses. Like, literally never, ever, ever will miss. I'm obsessed with built stages and tap performances. Something
too.
about it, just like, I could listen to it all day long. Mm-hmm. Like, just continue to tap on that built stage for me for the rest of my life. I want to listen to it. They're just so clean and so crisp. They never miss. I love Triple Threat Tap. Thank you every year. Thank you.
Shout out Tammy Slater.
Literally, thank you.
Icon queen. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is from Carr, Denver. This is 813, Born to Do. You guys know the song? It's like the musical theater one. They won Top Elite Line, 15-19, first overall. I love a senior musical theater number, you guys. I really do. I love when it's a big team and everyone's like equally committed to the bit. Like I said, it was from Shelley True Dance Academy. And this was like the cheer song where it's like they got their pom-poms, they've got the I shout out actually to the girl who came out in the bird costume as the mascot. Iconic. And then their main dancer just, I feel like, carried the whole story so well. I feel like she was so animated, take on that main character energy. And you could just tell they were having fun. And I just feel like I love it when seniors don't take themselves too seriously and they can get up there and they can laugh at themselves and they can have fun. And I feel like that's what makes the performance work. I feel like if you're a senior and you get out there and you feel like you're being dumb or you feel like insecure in what you're doing, it's not going to come off to the to the judges as well as it could. So just congratulations to Shelley True Dance Academy. Always love having you guys, and your Born to Do performance was so fun to watch.
So good. The next one I have to talk about is act number 190 called Holy Fools. It's from Royal Nova. All of their costumes were beautiful. They were so cool and so different. This costume was like a silver bodice with red tassels, and they had this red, like, almost like headpiece covering. So as soon as they walked out on the stage, I was like, this is all, you don't even have to move. Mm-hmm. This is already so sick. It's so cool. There was this one moment where the dancer in the center was on the floor and she's like crawling forward, but she's facing forward and she's leaning back and she's crawling. I was like, it just commanded the room, like, completely. So good. Gaga mix. It was so sick. I loved it. So big shout out to Royal Nova for all their really unique costuming. I loved it. It was super cool. I love tassels.
Speaking of Gaga, new album, it's giving Bad Romance vibes.
It's OG Gaga.
It's
100%.
OG Gaga. I can imagine the choreography for the tour is going to be sick. It's going to be all dance.
Did you watch her perform it on SNL?
Yes.
That mic was on. Just saying,
on.
the mic was hot.
And the dancers were dancing. And so was Gaga. I love it.
Yeah. No, it was so good. There was like one dancer specifically where I was like, I can't stop watching you. Her face was just like, I don't know if it was a boy or girl because you can't tell when they're in those costumes, but like the face was giving. It was so good.
Giving. Okay, anyways, back to more dancing. Okay, Rainbow Ontario, Act 596, A Song for You, Frankie Jensen. I just watched the results page, like the little clip. It's like 45 seconds. Right off the bat, loved the hair. I feel like when dancers switch up the hair just a tiny bit, it can make the routine so different. Like, she had like this beautiful like pulled back bun, but she had a couple pieces out and curled, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was giving like old Hollywood glamour moment. So I already loved it based on that, so I had to go and watch the entire performance. This dancer is the epitome of strong, like, strength, beauty, like everything about her control, her technique. I was just like so enamored by. Like, I didn't speak the first time I watched it because I was just like jaw dropped. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know where she came from. Actually, I do. Academy at the Brea Space.
She's stunning.
She's stunning. I've never seen her before.
Yeah. So good.
Oh my gosh. You guys are watching it right now. She's beautiful. Yeah, I was obsessed. She got first overall. Of course. And the talent was insane in Rainbow, Ontario. Insane. She killed it. Great job, Frankie.
Okay, I'm going to talk about another one from Car Denver. This is 814, Cry Me a River from Move by Morelli. Justin Timberlake song.
Love that song.
They won Top Elite Line 12 to 14, first overall. When they first walked out, I was like, it's giving Blue Man Group, but like in a cool contemporary way. I feel like the costumes, like pants and long sleeves, were such a great choice because I feel like the visuals for this were, I feel like what made the choreography. I feel like that choreographer was so smart in her leveling, in her formation changes, and just the different visuals that they were able to produce. And I feel like maybe it's just because it was at a car show, but it looked so good on our stage. Yeah. It was just, I loved it. It was like very cool and sharp hitting. And I feel like they took moments to kind of find their groove and like sit in the pocket. But I feel like for the most part, it was just so sharp. And I feel like it was clean. And I can just tell it's going to get even more clean throughout the rest of the season. So I'm assuming by finals, it's going to be like crisp. But it was so good. I really liked it. And I like it when you hear songs that you've known forever and they kind of do something a little different with them. So Congratulations to Move by Morelli. We loved your performance in Denver. And we actually had a Hope Studio competing in Denver this weekend. We had Mile High Dance Center, and we got them to get up on stage and share a little bit about their fundraising and what they did to join the Hope Studio program. So it's just always nice and fun to be able to have Hope Studio recognition at our events. So if you guys are a Hope Studio and you guys want to do a check presentation or do something up on stage and share about how your studio is making an impact in the dance community, reach out to me and we can make sure we get that coordinated.
Okay, dancers, you made it this far. Now is a chance to win something. You can get a Drew hoodie if you comment all caps TAP in the comments. Do it now. We're going to pick somebody to win. Love. Just what you just said. You loved like seeing a song and then like it be kind of reinvented. Act 182, Heart of Stone, Broadway Dance Theater. I literally wrote truly mind-blowing performance. They came out as a huge group. They came out, every single dancer had a little statue thing that they had to stand on, but it had wheels on it. So they were standing on these with wheels and they were so still. The main dancer was a sculptor, and so the rest of them were statues. The concept was brilliant, beautiful, and they executed it flawlessly. And there's just so many picture moments that were like, there's so much power and stillness with this piece, and like the main dancer, lead dancer, was really, really leading so well, because they literally looked like statues. It was so cool. The costuming was great, and then of course they got a power performance. It was one of those dances that I think everybody in the theater was almost silent for a moment because we all were so intently watching. I loved that one. So good, Broadway Dance Theater. You guys are crazy with props. Like the wheels you're standing on, I would be scared. Mm-hmm. You have to see it. It's like these little boxes, but
like your balance has to be like,
yeah, it was so crazy. So good. And they moved them, and then that one moment they like all held them up and created like a heart around the dancer. I was like, whoa, this is cool. People's brains are so good. Mm-hmm. They're so cool.
I wish I could take like a peek into the choreographer's brains for some of these performances. I'm like, dang, how'd you do that? How'd you come up with that?
Yeah. Where'd it come from? Like,
I feel like my brain is so all over the place. Like if I were ever to choreograph a piece, like I wouldn't be able to finish it because I'd be so excited with all these different ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one I want to talk about is from Rainbow Santa Clara, Act 628, Prague, from Michelle's Dance Explosion. I loved the chaos in this routine. Like, it was so, they were throwing themselves off balance so much, but like, so still in the chaos, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really know how to describe it in that way. But there's this part where Brooklyn is in a chin stand, kind of, with her feet over her head. And she's so still, yet so off balance. And her feet are like flexed and like Barbie foot, and like everyone's like paused in that moment, and then they continue with their choreography, and they just have so many moments where they're just like still and then chaotic, but so clean. I don't know, I love what they bring every year. It's always so unique and so different and exciting, and I look forward to seeing them. They're fantastic. Congrats.
so good.
So good.
I have one final one that I want to talk about.
Okay.
It's Act 197, Decades, from Elite Academy of Dance. This was ultra competitive, supercharged performance of the weekend, highest scoring.
Speechless.
Literally. Yes, literally. I was like, whoa. The choreographer, the way that they set this piece, they definitely, I don't know, again, it's like one of those things, it's like, how do you think of it? It was a contemporary piece. It was beautiful, but it's like the way that they set the formations and how it's like one side of the group is moving and the other side is still, and then I don't know. It's just so good. The way that they created this piece was beautiful. The costuming was like a neutral tribal vibe. It was giving like Skims, but super sick at the same time. These dancers were like throwing their bodies, like jumping and then rolling to the floor, and it was so in sync though. It's like sometimes you can have chaotic moments and it's like crazy, and it really is crazy, but it was like controlled chaos. It was so beautiful. And then Jack with his legs in the middle, I was like, oh, I love it. So good. I'm his biggest fan over here. So just so good. Elite, you guys are crazy. You guys are so good. The whole weekend I was just like, wowed. Loved it. I love dance.
Wow.
Wow.
We did it.
We did it.
Another one. Where are you guys at this weekend?
Back to New York. I'm going to Syracuse.
Fun.
Yeah.
I'll be at Car Portland. We have a little built stage action. So I'm really excited to hear some taps on that stage.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Oregon. Do we go to Oregon a lot? I feel like maybe Jets added it last year.
Yeah, I think last year was the first year in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was
this
like,
is my first time coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Cool. Love
There's
it.
Dutch Bros nearby, so I'm very pumped.
Oregon's cool. You got to go to all the cool places.
That's what I've heard. So it should be a great weekend.
Love it. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so that you're getting to watch every full episode. And then make sure you're following Playback Podcast, All Things Car, Rainbow Ultra, and DAC. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the road. Bye.